Hi, I'm Mia. Makeup is still relatively fun here, and can you notice anything different? I got a new camera. So I want to do a super simple, super easy Valentine's Day look, and I'm going to be using the Beauty Bay Love Notes palette. I think this is discontinued, but if you have any sort of pink matte shadows, it'll do the job just fine. So on a slightly dense brush, I'm taking the shade Flush, and I'm just going to pack that and start laying down kind of like a base pink tone. I'm going to be going in with darker pink, so I just want something for it to stick to. But yeah, my new camera finally came in. It took a little bit because where the seller is from, they had a snowstorm, so the post office was closed over the weekend, but it's okay. She's here now. Everything's all good. Again, this is just going to be like a super simple, easy Valentine's Day-esque look. Basically, the only thing that makes it Valentine's Day themed is the pink. But you can always do this with different colors if you want. I think I did a look like this last year too, but it's just so simple and easy. Now that we have a base down, I'm going to go in with another slightly dense brush and go in with the shade Handkerchief. And I'm just going to start packing that on the outer corners a little more. Also, I am so tired. I agreed to open an extra day. So, working 8-hour shifts by myself all week isn't exactly ideal, but c'est la vie. But today and yesterday were my days off, but I went out with my friend yesterday. So, today's my, only day off. But it's fine. I obviously adore my friend, and we very rarely get to see each other, so I wasn't about to say no. I'll just suffer and be tired. On a fluffy brush, I'm going to take a mix of the two colors and just focus that on, the inner portion of my eye, and just kind of help blend out that handkerchief color. Handkerchief, pink. That's all that matters. So I'm taking the Lunar Beauty Life's a Drag Facelift palette, and I'm going to go in with this white shade called Cake Face. As you can tell, I've hit pan on it, but it is one of my favorite white eyeshadows of all time, and I'm just going to start packing this in the inner corner and a little onto the lid. Because the Beauty Bay palette doesn't have a white, and I really like how this looks when I do it. Back to my super simple, easy Valentine's Day look. Just pat, pat, pat. And if you feel like you go a little too heavy-handed on the white, you can always just blend back the pink with your other brushes. So for a little bit more dimension, I took the shade Ruby from the Love Notes palette. Oh, that's a lot. And I'm just going to very lightly line the outer corner of my eye, and I'm going to blend that out with one of the pink shades from earlier. This is looking a lot brighter than I thought it was going to be, so this is going to help ground it a little too. I took a mix of Handkerchief and Flush, and I'm just going to start to blend this out. These are super easy mattes to work with, so hopefully it's not going to look too crazy. Just blend, blend, blend. See, easily blended out, but now I have a little more something something on the outer corners, I actually don't think I'm going to put any shimmers on my eyes today. I know, it's wild, but I like how this looks. I am going to put on some lashes and be back. I did tell you this was going to be a super simple, easy eye look today. So I'm back, and I have some lashes on. Thank God. These aren't my favorite lashes, but since I only have so few pairs of lashes, I try to rotate through them as often as I can, and these are nice for the eyeshadow shape that I have. But to prep my skin, I'm going to go in with the e.l.f. Holy Hydration Thirst Burst Drops. These are kind of like an alternative to the Glow Recipe drops. They're not exactly the same, obviously, but they're similar enough. And I say that with confidence because I use the Glow Recipe drops like every single time I do my makeup, and outside of my makeup it's part of my regular skincare routine anyways, so I think I know what they feel like. But it's a good alternative if you don't want to spend the money for, you know, the Glow Recipe ones. I'm actually going to mix some of the Holy Hydration drops in with the foundation I want to use. This is the L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable Foundation. Mine's in the shade N1. Because as much as I love this foundation as it is, I just don't want it to be like that matte right now. So, mixing some on the back of my hand. Damn, that's a good match! I'm sorry. And now we're just going to apply it to the face. I do this all the time with the regular Glow Recipe drops, so there shouldn't be much of a difference if I do them with the e.l.f. ones. A few days ago, I was all like, wow, my skin's like really not great right now. I wonder why. And then my period showed up a week and a half early, so I think that explains a lot. I'm actually going to take some of the LA Girl concealer in the shade White and do it right under my eyes to keep that kind of like white brightening effect that I did with my eyeshadow. For my other concealer placements, I'm going in with the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Concealer in the shade Royal Icing 1.1N. This is like my favorite concealer of all time. And I'm going to blend the white out first. That way the regular concealer doesn't get brought into it. Was that the same shade I was before? I think so. I can't see anything with my lights. I'm going to be so honest with you. This is discontinued, but I'm taking some of the Jaclyn Cosmetics Face It All pressed powder just to reinforce that bright under eye that I have going on. It sucks because this is like one of my favorite brightening powders ever, and not discontinued, the brand shut down, so limited edition, collectible. Since I don't want to look super like bronzy right now, I'm going in with a more neutral toned bronzer. This is the Colourpop Bronze Stick in the shade Laguna Beach. So it's still a bronzer, not a contour, but it's not as warm toned as some of the other things I have. And it sucks because I have the new Rare Beauty liquid contour. That's not a contour. I'm going to be so for real with you. I posted a YouTube Shorts and an Instagram Reel. It's the same video. And that thing is so warm toned, and the swatches that they posted, like on Sephora and stuff, were so gray. So I was like, oh wow. No. Like, I'm still going to use it. It's nice enough, but it's just not what it's advertised as. So I don't really have any blushes that would be this color. I'm trying to look for some, but I feel like a lot of cool toned blushes would look weird on me since I'm so neutral toned. I don't know. I'm trying to look for some that won't make me look like dead or pasty, so it's a process. But I'm going to go in with the Rare Beauty liquid blush. This is in the shade Adore. I'm pretty sure that this isn't sold because it was a limited edition set, but it's like this little pale pink. Hopefully this isn't too clashy with my eyeshadow, but I'm also topping this off with another blush after, so we're going to make do. Because like, it's still a nice pale pink, but it's not the kind of pink that I want in my collection right now. It's still like neutral, warm leaning, which is fine for like everything else, but like right now I want kind of like a slightly more cool toned without being that like blue based baby pink, you know? And I'm going to top this blush off with the Buttermelt blush from NYX in the shade Butter Together. It dropped in my eyes like I'm from Boston. It's pale, slightly shimmery pink, so I think it's gonna look okay. Hopefully. And I'm just gonna start tapping. Yes, I know I didn't set my face. It's fine. Everything's fine. Again, it's not really the tone that I wanted, but that's on me. Should have picked up a blush when I was at Sephora yesterday. I'm actually going to take some of the blush on a fluffy brush and just kind of tie it into my eyeshadow color so it's a little more cohesive. Because I do really want like a monochromatic look for this. I lied. I'm taking some of the eyeshadow on the blush brush. Just a little. Like I said, just a little. I'm actually going to go in with the shade Angel, which is this super pale pink, and I'm going to kind of marry the blush and my under eye together. Blush blindness? I don't know who she is. We've never met. So I'm just going to go in with regular highlighter. This is from Colourpop. This is their pressed powder highlighter in the shade Making Memories. I don't love white highlighter, but it's heart-shaped Valentine's Day look. You know? Okay, that doesn't look as bad as I thought it would. So for lips, I'm going to go in with the NYX Cosmetics Duck Plump Lip Liner in the shade Beige Boost. And the tip of this reminds me more of like a eyebrow pencil, but I like the formula of this, but I don't know why it's called Duck Plump, like they're lip plumpers, because I don't feel anything and I don't really see any difference. If you say you see a difference, it's because I overlined my lips. It's not because of whatever plumping properties. I also feel like lip plumpers are just kind of like not real. Like, they're real in the sense they exist. They're being sold, but I've never noticed any difference to my lips besides the fact that they burn like hell after I apply, you know, a lip plumper. But what do I know? I'm also going to kind of reinforce this with the Anastasia Beverly Hills lip liner in the shade Deep Taupe. Because I feel like it's slightly more cool toned, which is what I want for this lip right now. And again, I'm still going to make sure to blend out so there's no harsh lines. I think that looks okay. I can't tell. This is the Gisou Honey Lip Oil. I don't have my glasses on and the text is really small so I can't tell what the shade is, but it's the sparkly pink one. I'm going to take some of this and then some of the Half Magic Drip Lip Gloss in the shade Y2K Cherub. I'm just going to mix these together. I'm just mixing these two because this is a little more sparkly, but this has like the slightest milky tone to it that will give a little bit of color to my lips, like the tiniest bit, which is what I want. And the Y2K Cherub shade has more like multi-dimensional shimmers in it, so I want a little bit of that too. And I'm just mixing these two together with a lip brush. See? And apply. Oh my god, it sucks. Literally, as I'm doing my makeup right now, my Rhode lip liners are out for delivery, and I really want to use them, but my mail doesn't get delivered until like 7 o'clock sometimes, and it's like 5 as I film this, so. And since I have to shower, and I'm opening tomorrow, it's probably not a good idea to do my makeup late at night. Ooh, it looks really good actually. I'm just that good. So I need to deal with my bangs, but I will be back in a second. And this is the finished look. I love it. I mean, I knew I was going to love it. I did a very similar look last year or the year before, I think. But something about like a bright white inner corner with a matte single shadow tone. It just speaks to me. And honestly, kind of like how my base makeup turned out. Again, the blush isn't what I was looking for, but I'm having a very hard time finding like a more pale baby pink tone that isn't super blue based, so work with what we have for right now. But I also hope the audio is okay, and I hope you like the quality, because I spent a lot of money on this camera, and if you don't, I'm gonna be a little insulted.